All right, all you devils out there, happy Friday. Well, this is interesting. I suppose it's a good thing I didn't start the stream a little bit earlier. I might have had a whole lot of egg on my face. Now, here, Houston, we have a bit of a problem here. This is unforeseen, unexpected, and this is disrupting a number of counts here. Now, I don't know that we're radically changing this here. We'll have to look at some alternates here because this is literally just happening here. I've got a 2-hour chart here. So this is just happening. Now it's interesting, right? As we hit all-time high in the S&P and the ES here, we'll look at that in a second. It's been kind of a remarkable day, and I'll make a couple of points for you there, just kind of reconfirming everything we teach. Okay, well, what do we have to change this? Well, 1, 2, 3. This is, well, pardon me. If this is going to hold as our E here, A, B, C, D, E, we got a 5 up here. Slight little, we do get a higher high. Oh, let's see. Let's go to a 60 and get in there. Now, if this holds here, if this is, we're going to stay valid here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it is a 5. We sweep the high. Well, yeah, I just put this up there just to see if I can figure out what was going on there. So what's meaningful here is right there, we sweep the high. Now, it's not a break of structure. Well, it's a function of how you define them. This is not a break of structure because we don't close above this high. So it's tempting to think, oh, break of structure, retrace. It's not quite. That looks like it's just a pure liquidity grab. It's just, I've been saying this for so long. I almost feel, I repeat a lot of things here because that's kind of the point, right? With repetition, you start to learn. Somebody bought it there. Somebody's buying the breakout. I mean, I can tell you for 5 years, I can tell you not do it, right? But I would like to think no one who watches any of my content or any members of ours would be buying that. It's just a stupid thing to do. Period. It's not the way to survive in the market long term, right? But so somebody's learning a very hard lesson there, or some people, right? Probably more than one person bought that. But somebody did, right? That's got to be really painful. Hopefully they took their stop and they're out. Okay, well, right here, let's draw it here. If this is the pivot low here, right there, and okay, it's kind of within context of what you anticipate with an Elliott here. We've got with an Elliott impulse here. We've got the extension in the 1. I mean, a big 1. Okay, is it 3, 4? It looks like this is the best way. You'd have some A, B, C, and then you do get a little 5 there. But the big 1 would suggest here, I thought we'd make the 618 here. The big 1 suggests, perhaps a more shallow or a shorter 5. Let me say it that way, which indeed we got. Now that's quite a sell-off. So what are we doing here? Well, we've blown right through this fair value gap here, and it may come back, and that would become an inverse fair value gap. Come down right to the edge of this. So we're well beyond the golden zone here. We'd have to go, let's go platinum here. So what do we get there? We got a 786. Okay, well, it's okay. That doesn't mean buy it, bounce, right? So that would suggest, if anything, that's an A wave. B, we got to, what are you hoping for here? 887. This just got tricky. Well, not that it's ever not tricky. I'll show you some things in the S&P, right? It's not designed to, we were having this conversation in our day trading room. It's not designed to make sense, right? The news this morning, the blowout numbers on the jobs data, that's if it were logical, the market wouldn't have rallied to a new all-time high there. That suggests the Fed's on hold, right? The economy's still hot, labor market's still hot. That's what they're watching. Yet we get a rip-roaring push in the S&P to new highs, and then it dumps. As I said, it's not designed to make sense. It's designed. All of this, everything, every stock, everything. It's designed to separate you from your trading capital. It's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to make other people rich. Now, you can be one of them. But you got to know how the game is played, and it's all about manipulation, right? So when days like today, when you have a report like that, oh God, it's just blatant manipulation, right? Because the herd comes out, right? Oh, big number. Oh shit, probably bearish for the market. So of course the market goes, essentially moonshot in the S&P until it doesn't, right? So you had very tradable event, and then you trade the measured moves until they fail. We're going to show quite a failure here. Same here, right? Same kind of thing. You probably had, oh shit. Bring this down here and get on, let me get on that pivot right there. Oh, that looks like that's between a 50 and a golden zone. So 1, 2, if I change that. Oh, just to make the point here. So we're in the pocket. There's target, get it, like looking good. Like, oh, we're going to sweep this high. That would have been the thought, right? So I promise you, anyone buying here is thinking, oh, we're gonna blow that high out. And that, right, if we'd had a close above, would have been a break of structure. This now, here, as we look at it now, don't be confused there because we're going well past that. 707. Now, are we going to hold here? Well, remains to be seen. It's a little tenuous right now. It's tempting to look at this and think, oh, God, my God, what a buying opportunity I've got. Let that settle down a little bit. That kind of out of the, just, what's that about? Just dump. It just makes me cautious, right? Until I really understand what has just happened there. I'm really not sure why Bitcoin dumped so hard. Of course, the S&P and all the indexes dumped. Now it looks like they're going to start to recover here. All they did was dump into a golden zone. So we'll look at that in a second here. But this makes me a little uneasy to say, oh, okay, buy it. Again, just thinking with your Elliott hat on, right? The implication would be, that, well, we're not done yet. God damn it, I can never get that thing. We're not done. Right? If it's going to be corrective, we're looking for a 3. Now, as you hear me say virtually in every video, the market is not obligated to do that. Do whatever it wants. The one thing it can't do here, if this is going to hold as a 2, we can't have a triangle here, but some sort of a zigzag or a deeper or combo would imply we're going to challenge that low. That'll shake up the market. I suppose there's a possibility here if we go out to a bigger time frame here. I suppose we could here. I'm going to do this on the fly here, just to, because I'm sure many of you are doing the same kind of thing. Going, okay, well, if not that, then what? Let's get this out of here. All right, so we got all of that. All right, let's look at this. What else could this be? Do we have to push the 4 off here? Could this still all just be part of the 4? Well, one of the ways we identify a 4 is that we stop progressing the trend. All right, so if you did look here. Kind of in a box. Oh, here, let's do that. Let's do it right here. All right, so now, all right, so from the proposed wave 2, here's our wave 4. We've been stuck here for a while. It looked like, oh, here, just go time. Now, where are we sitting right now? POC. So it's a little, how would we, this would have to be corrective. So we'd have to have some sort of a 3 in there. So, oh, Jesus. Well, this, you'd have to allow for this, for a little bit of truncation there, like this. So W, X, Y. I don't like that, right? We don't like the second high. If you were saying, I'm just looking at it in real time with you. 3, 3, 3. Doesn't really fly. All right, it looks like a better fit that we completed the 5 here. It does. Tricky. I don't know what's behind it. Now, market may recover, and it may be that that's just clearing out the week long. It's very possible, right? Remember, as I just said, it's not designed to make sense. It's designed to separate you from your trading capital. You think some people got liquidated there? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I think that's a Jesus Christ. Every week I come on, I'm hoping, right, we're at the time where I can say, here, it looks particularly good. As I said last week, we want to be bullish. We just don't want to be, foolishly bullish. As I said, that was the title of my video last week. Okay, no, that's a surprise, right? I think everybody's a little bit startled by that. Okay, do we recover? And, well, okay, so what's the first thing we're going to look for? Right, let's get the swing high. If we're going to start to recover, okay, is Al involved here? likely, right? That would be the resistance here. Oh, pardon me. I had the price here. That's the POC up here. Excuse me. Misspoke. Right. So we're sitting here. Well, it's a high volume node here as we sit. POC's up here. My bad. Okay. All right. Too much red. Are we gonna? That's what I would anticipate. We're gonna come back here, challenge it. Okay. 1, 2. It would be a deep 2 if we're going to push the 4 over. Maybe. 1, 2. It's going to be mighty deep right here. Here's where the ultimate invalidation of the, or we'd have to really lock into the idea that the 5 is in up here. Where is my 5? Oops. Come down here, right? If we sweep this, 5 is in, right? If we're coming down here to get that, well, that's it. Now, it's not necessarily, the bull market's over. All right, what would we do? And it's the first thing you do. Okay, got a big fair value gap down here. So if we complete here, it's not terrible news, because to me, all that does is locks in the 4 over here. We think 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, kind of a shitty 5. But if this is completed, what would your first thought be? Oh, that's a 1. We're going for 2, and on we go. All right, so let's take that up a degree. That would be my first thought as a bull. Unapologetically so. Whoa. Okay, right? Kind of a disappointing finish to that one wave, but if that's going to be the 1, 2, okay, well, 3. I got 3 up here at 88 grand. Now we'll see, right? We don't have any of this. Just based on that price action here, that would be my anticipation. I wouldn't buy that, right? Because I'm looking for a 3. So A, B, POC could do it right here. It doesn't have to go this deep. That's just what it typically does. That would sweep this, lock in the high here. I think we got to wait and see. Let this recover. Well, even if I had done this an hour earlier before this little dump, I'd probably told you the same thing, right? Okay, let's let this fifth complete. We don't ever want to buy up here, ever. I don't care what it is. You don't want to buy that. What would the break here be? Break of structure. What do we anticipate after a break of structure? Retrace, right? So we want to let the market retrace. And I know some people say, well, what if it did that? Well, what if it did? You don't think a retrace is going to come? Yeah, retrace always comes. All right, so I think it's a hurry up and wait here. Now, ETH, this is a little disappointing as well, right? So this was making me very uncomfortable. It's like, oh, wait a minute, we got all the ETF news. Why are we doing this? That was telling. Like, oh, come on now. Ugly. Now, the count is different here, because I think we can hold to the idea the 3 completed and the 5 is still to come. This actually looks more viable, because you could make a case here that we've got some B right now. Are we done here? It looks like 1, 2. That was the 3. We'd have 1 more down, right? So I might be looking here. That's the 200 MA right there. Would be nice spot. Here's where we invalidate, right? You'd have to rechange. You'd have to go to 3, 4, and this is the 5, and we're coming down for a 2. So you have the guidelines here for you, right? Assuming you're applying Elliott. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's get. Oh, we can keep that there. Where would we look for this? Let's get that wave 4 on there. Somewhere around here at the God MA. Perfect location. Right in sync with this. Looking for the 5th. So the buy in Ethereum looks better. Let's go down to a 1 here and see if we can get a handle on this. Well, it's not too hard to label it. Now, labels change, but 1, 2, certainly 3. Looks like, let's get that in a different color. Looks like we might have something along those lines here. Like, here's the kickback. Now, is it just a V bottom and we roll up, we launch back up? That's a lot to forecast. What does it usually do? After a move like that, yeah, sure, you're going to get some recovery retracement. Would you anticipate that it's just going to do that and go? Well, I'm not saying it couldn't and wouldn't. Market's under no obligation to do anything, right? Look what we're doing here, right? So another that looks a lot like this one. You get a little bit of a news, freak out. You know, risk happens fast. It's careful. As much as I'm a bull, most of my videos here advise you to approach with caution. It's when you go, you know, heavy without really the right kind of setup, that's where you get yourself in trouble. Because now you've overtraded, so you're overly nervous about the whole situation, right? Oh God, let's see. I saw some comments about, you know, of course, everybody in the trading world apparently knows Roaring Kitty. I guess GameStop made him famous, and also made him very, very rich. I saw a post earlier at one point at the high on GameStop. He was up $568 million on his option positions and is currently sitting, that was all on paper, and is now down 200 million. You know, 300 million here, 300 million there, right? Easy come, easy go. That's a totally unique circumstance. You know, is that... I can't say that's what, I mean, certainly we can aspire to that kind of success, but I think that's a very, very unique situation and no telling how that ends up. But even if he just gets out now, which I don't think he will, you know, congratulations to him, right? That's pretty remarkable influence in the market. I'm not sure what that says about investors in general, right? It's just gimme, gimme, gimme. But okay, I guess that's the name of the game. All right, let's hear. I don't want to digress too much there. I think you're on hold here until we get a better entry. That's not something I would buy, but you know, that's just me. I'm gonna let this settle down a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna do one thing real quick, and then I've got four alts. I just thought this would be worth showing you, right? So one of the things, I know this is. You probably, oh God, not this again. Again, I'm back to the point being repetition. It's so pervasive. It's almost obscene. If you don't know, let's go to the S&P, and we'll look at the S&P and the NQ, right? So here's this morning before we get the big sell-off here. I just want you to look at this, right? So the point being here, you trade these until they fail, and eventually they fail, right? So let's just look at this. All right, I'm trying just to show you how obscene this is, right? So here's the news, right? Market initial reaction. Well, that's likely negative, right? I put the Fed on hold. Reports I saw. Oh well, Fed won't be lowering rates in 2024, right? We're off to 2025. Well, that would be bearish for the market. Well, what's the first thing that happens? The very first thing, right? Oh, you're thinking, oh, up retrace. Well, now we go down. Golden zone holds it, right? Here's first, second target. Retrace. Golden zone. All right, these are not neighborhood, ballpark. These are to the tick or in the golden zone or right at the 618. Now we go up, 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 up. Look what we do here. I mean, this is, come on, there's just no denying this, right? So we go one tick from the 1618. And then we go in a straight line to the golden zone. Straight line, right? No retrace. We just go straight to the golden zone. From that golden zone, what's the next thing we do? Another golden zone. Now we go third target. Retrace, little side. Looks like it's some sort of a 4. We go up, retrace. What do we do? Golden zone. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we get in the pocket here, goes up, gets target. This would have been very easy, right? This eventually, right? These kind of series are going to fail. They're going to. Again, that's made famous by David Halsey, right? You trade them until they fail, right? And here's the fail. Now, where does it fail on the upside? Remember, always. Oh, get you out of here. Tighten that up. It's right there. Tighten that up. Always another algo on the other side. Right? So you think, oh, I'm in a series, here we go. And then the bomb drops and Roaring Kitty, GameStop getting halted. I don't know what causes this, but there's the failure. And it's coming from our friend Al's, with the sweet spot, right? Doesn't quite, it's actually, I'm on a 1 minute here in oh shit. Oh no, this is the S&P. I'm on the, this is NQ. I'm on, because I have the NQ on the other side. It goes one tick from the golden zone here, boom, 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 right? And we sweep all of this stuff. Now there is a fair value gap down here. Looks like it tapped into. And as I get everybody back in line, get you right on the pivot. Not quite, right? Within a tick of it. So within a tick of it here. Now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 golden zones, 618 to the tick. I do not care what you tell me. You cannot put in front of me. I don't care ICT. I don't care SMC. I use them, like them, value, right? It's the method, not the man, right? This you cannot show me that a more powerful algo than that, or more consistent. It's just it dominates the markets, dominates, right? That's just, this is a 1 minute on the S&P. You say, well, that's the S&P. What about the NQ? You think it's different over here? 1 minute. That's the MNQ, right? I don't know how anybody trades the NQ, right? It's just insane. Gold. This actually, the wick breaks the golden zone, but it hits that fair value gap. Golden zone. Golden zone, goes all the way up, golden zone, 50, 50, golden zone, 50, break, right? So you trade them till they fail. Any market, 1 minute, 1 month, does not matter. Any asset class, doesn't matter. They're all the same, all the same. This is the dominant algo that moves the market. It's not why it moves. You've heard me say this thousands of times. It's not why it moves, it's how it moves. Always, always, always. Doesn't matter. If you're a crypto trader, you're like, oh, fuck, this doesn't matter. Why this? Every market, period. Accept it, embrace it, track it, or just be roadkill. That's your choice. If you don't know where this algo is, you're in trouble. Period. Okay, let's go over here. This is you guys know I like this vendor, aggregator, altfin. Right? God, they're more than that, right? There's education. You can trade from within this. This is just a great product, right? I don't know the guy. I am an affiliate because I recommend them, because I use them. I only recommend things I use. So I got a hot list here coming into the day. I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll start with that. What am I looking for here? Pullback in an uptrend, right? We're retracement traders. Now, some of these pullbacks have just gotten a lot deeper. But I thought, oh, well, the hot list. Let's go look at that. PEPE, we know that's been hot. Phantom, Solano. Some of these, I just took a look at them. Again, I'm glad I'm doing this an hour later. Well, let's go to PEPE. Oh, here, I've got these guys all together. Here's PEPE. Now, some of these more impactful than others. It looks to me like we just completed our 5, right? We've looked at this a couple of times recently. Looks like we just got a good, it's could that go higher? And we go, yeah, but it looks like to me, if we look, what do I got below here? So I got CCI OBV. Oh, there's another one I like that's a CCI colored OBV, but we'll use this one. So divergence, divergence. Now divergence can, but somebody bought it up there. Somebody who probably doesn't know anything about divergence or just ignored it. It looks like you got a completed 5 here. So what? Now we don't know what's next, but it looks to me like we've got that. We're starting on the corrective phase. So again, this is not rocket science. What do we anticipate after a completed 5? All right. I mean, is it under some obligation to go here? No. Where does it usually go? 50 in the golden zone. 1, 2. Now, I'm not saying that PEPE is coming down here. I'm just saying that that's where, if a completed, and again, it wouldn't matter if it's PEPE coin or popcorn. It wouldn't matter. This is what they usually do. So why are you going to approach the market and say, oh, no, I don't want to trade what it usually does. I want to trade what it usually doesn't do. It just sounds stupid saying it. So why would you trade it? Unless you're stupid. Well, I shouldn't say that. Unless you're inexperienced, right? You have to know where this algo is. I don't know what else I can say, right? I just feel like all I'm doing is just hammering it home. But with that hammering, hopefully it starts to sink in to where you'd never pull up a chart and not know where Al is. You have to know where he is. Okay, let's go over to FLOKI. That was FLOKI was on my hot list here. I made a where'd they go? All right, so I got FLOKI, Solano, and BONK. And shit, I didn't even heard of BONK. But let's go look at them, right? So you think let's look here. Oh, FLOKI. Okay. Well, let's see. This is on MEXC. I'm just looking for things that U.S. residents could trade. They're no KYC. You could trade there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, leading diag? Is that what we have here? That's quite a ripping leading diag. Well, you look here and you go, huh. Well, boy, that measured move algo sure was good in the S&P and the NQ, but not FLOKI on the daily chart. Do I even need to draw it? That's log scale. Whoops. Oh, I know what I did. Let's come back here. That was kind of anticlimactic. It's from the 2. 2 to the 3. 4. Well, since I've got that, right, so I've got the 2 through the 3, I'm retracing golden zone. I've got first, I've got second target again. I mean, this, I think, is a 50. If I look here, right, here's a 50. Goes 2, 3. I'm out of things to say about it, right? If you're not paying attention, you just foolish, right? So, okay, well, what do we got here, right? So if I have a swing low to a swing high and I go golden zone, what do I have? I have a potential golden corner pocket. Meaning I have 80% probability from this pivot that I get to the median line. Now, 5 years I've been showing you the same thing over and over and over and over again. 5 years, nonstop, same thing every time. There it is yet again. Now, when you're down here, when you're right here, are you thinking, oh, we're going to get that high? What, I mean, again, I'm just, the point is not to go, right, so I can hear people saying, oh, well, big fucking deal, man. All you're doing is just showing me after the fact. Well, that's kind of the point here. So that the next time this happens, and that happens to be at a golden zone, maybe you'll think about, oh, God, look at that. It was a free draw. Maybe next time you'll consider looking to get long. And if not on the pivot, look, geez, look how fucking perfect this is. Like, get it right on it. Right. Oh, I don't want to take. See, yeah. He said, okay, don't necessarily. You don't have to sit in the golden zone. You don't have to wait and try and pick the turn to catch the falling knife. I can take the first little retrace. That's the way to do it. I can take that little retrace that comes in here. Oh, I missed it. Oh, maybe I didn't. And by the way, what does it do? How does it do the retrace? 1, 2, 3, or in Elliott speak, A, B, C, and then look what comes off of it. Boom. You can fight it. You can ignore it. You can't dispute it. Period. Can't. There is no algo like it. There is no more dominant algo in the market. Period. Okay, that's FLOKI. FLOKI, right? Maybe it's just the S&P, NQ, and FLOKI. Well, PEPE, we're waiting for PEPE. Phantom. Let's see how Phantom's doing here. This is kind of funky here. I mean, it looks like another leading diag. I mean, this is see that, so that ABC, ABC, AB. Right? I mean, they all look like threes. This is a daily, so ABC. So you might think, well, let's just see it here. I hadn't really looked at this one much. Is that what we're doing here? Is that it? Maybe was there more here? Well, if we're going to be in a diag, there's a few things that have to happen to qualify? Well, first we have to overlap that 1. This is I'm just kind of looking for where Al is. Well, that's me looking for Al. Where is he? Because he's in there. Where is he? All right, do we have to do that? Oh, can we even do it? Jesus, that's so, it's kind of crazy. Let's get that up. What do I want here? Let's go minuet. WX, we working on a Y here? Because this sure looks like ABC. Sure looks like we got an ABC going in there, doesn't it? I mean, well, if we're going to start to retrace, if indeed this is going to be WX, well, what, you know, ABC, right? So it's just 3s all day long. So let's see, right? A W X Y. All right, no, I've got something on this. Is the weeklies. This is Ethereum, right? You guys know I like them. For market structure, that's just a little showing me the weekly, monthly, and daily swing highs and lows. Looks like we got a little wick that's gone through. All right, that's just wicks. One little quote that I do like from ICT, right? Again, I'm not shitting on the guy. Not his work, him, a different story. What was this quote? Bodies tell the story, wicks do the damage, right? So there's a wick doing the damage. WX, right? We need 3 to come down for the Y. Well, of course, we'd be looking for where's the support going to be down here? Wouldn't we be looking for it at the 50, right? Well, we could do 2 things, right? This is they're so close. Anywhere in this pocket. Well, that looks interesting to me. That's where I would get interested. Are we getting there? Well, I don't know. That's pretty bearish looking candle there. That's a daily. We go down to a 4. How much do we have there? That's certainly a 3. Certainly a good case for a 3 there. 1, 2, A, B. Looks like that's got some more to do to clean that up. Like this yep, I was probably in here. Yeah, you make a case here, right? That's just wick. Tags it there. Well, let me get you right on it. So it's worth checking in there, right? Wick. Tick. This wick, that's to the tick. Then we go. Second target, right? So I think you got to hold up there. So I'd hoped to give you some things that were set up. But it doesn't look like we've got them, right? So this is rearranged a few things. Oh shit, we did FLOKI. We did Phantom. Let's go to BONK. I don't think we've done BONK. It looks like you could work an A, expand the B into the C here. So look, I think impulse here is not unreasonable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, or W, X, Y. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe, right? Certainly not 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, B. It's kind of shallow B, but that's pretty good. Well, where are we looking for it? Again, it's not rocket science. All I'm doing is just where they usually go. Somewhere in here, this would be, so to some degree, this is not necessarily bad news. All the alts that looked like they were about to launch here, you're getting some better entries here. That's what, assuming the bull market continues, that's, these are gifts. Okay, I think we got everybody there. We did, what did I get? I got all of them. I got BONK, FLOKI, Solano. I think we didn't get Solano. Let's get, oh shit, hang on a second. I got to find it. Hang on. Here we go. Well, while I was over there, let's go to total 2, right? It looked like this was going to go. All of a sudden, maybe we've got to rethink this. And we're going back into the triangle. Well, the triangle doesn't get invalidated here. So C, D, E still in play. for total 2, which would make you think ETH would look similar, but oh, looking ugly on ETH. Solano, right? This is discouraging on Solano, right? So you see now we've overlapped the 1 here, so this count has blown up. So you have to. So what? Okay, so because we thought 4 or 5, right? Was a very logical thing to think. Right, so we have to rethink that. So we can't do this. Right, it's not an impulse anymore. So we got to do this on the fly here. So we got to reconsider here. Like all of this was quite good to the tick, all good. Now, not so good. So what do we have to think here? We've got to perhaps reconsider this. We're going to do a double. Oh, this might take a little work. Well, I think it's a little soon to go here, right? This is of course, the W relative to the Z is not great. It may be that we're going to end up putting the X up here. That's possible. We're going to have to reconsider how this now potentially being a 3, and as we head lower. Now, okay, where does it go, right? So first question is, oh Jesus, come here. How far do we go? Okay, I'm assuming you know I didn't set that up, right? That's the first pull I've made of that. Now, I'm not saying that's going to hold. It's already had the bounce, right? So you've already had the reaction, right? So the algo has already fired here. You don't have to take my word for it. You can see it. Let's get you right on there. 65 to the tick. So are we going to, is this ultimately, are we heading over here? Or is this going to be 1, 2, 1, 2? Okay, right. So this is a secondary pivot. So if it's going to hold as 1, 2, there's a low risk entry there. Oh, that's a 4 hour. Let's go down to a 1. Well, here we bounced from the 65 to the 50. That it doesn't look like it's done to me, right? It looks like, okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got to do that, right? If we're going to finish, right? In Elliott. If you're applying Elliott, right, we always finish and start in 5s and 5s, right? So we begin and we end with 5s, right? So if that's it doesn't look like it's done, you're not getting a 5 in there. So while that's technical, right, the algo, you've heard me say again for 5 years, algo doesn't care, couldn't possibly care less about your Elliott count. That's us trying to fit the two together. And we're going lower. Oh, nice big fair value gap here. That's unmitigated. Something like that. Get us into the pocket here. Well, if we get that deep, well, then this 3 we got to rethink, right? So likely the X comes over here. We got to reconfigure this. Oh, perhaps the Y comes over here. I'll have to fuss with that. I get my wizards on that. Okay, that would look like that's the X, and then we're doing an A, B, coming down for a C. Right? Perhaps the Z down here. All remains to be seen. I think we got to let the market settle down a little bit after this. Now, with that still, right, still the pivot is a golden zone. So let's, here, I shouldn't be out of that so quickly, right? So we're still right there. So potential, but wouldn't you want to see this, something significant here? You'd want to fill in all those fair value gaps. I'd want to sweep that high. You can see this here, right? So we've got the equal, we'll call it, equal highs up here. So there's a little bit of a liquidity here. You could make the case here it's already been grabbed, right? So this was grabbed liquidity before it drops, right? So it's very common, right? Before a big move like that, the last little, the last of the shorts get taken here before they drop it down, right? Because they want to sell it. They got to have someone to take it from. So we go to a Z here. Well, a little too soon. That shouldn't surprise you. But I think we got to let that show itself a little bit more. Is there one more leg down? Are we pulling from here? Are we heading lower? That's just too soon to make a trade, right? You got to let that volatility die down a little bit, in my opinion, right? For what it's worth. All right, there's 39 minutes. I think we covered everybody. Let's get back over to Bitcoin here. It's disappointing, right? No doubt. Let it calm down. It's not the end of the bull market, but it's an abrupt change, right? I mean, what do we go here from 71 to 68? That's a 3K drop off. You know, is this the? I'd like to think, maybe I'm wrong, but I'd like to think that Roaring Kitty's GameStop live stream doesn't cause the entire, all risk assets to tank. I'd like to think we're not that. I'm going to ignore that possibility. Okay, guys, that's all I got. I'll be back on Wednesday next week. Live streams have been going really well. I always appreciate you guys contributing and participating. To all the new members that we picked up over the sale over the holiday weekend, welcome. Glad to have you here. Dig in, right? This is not easy. Remember, I will leave you with this reminder. This is not supposed to make sense. It's not what it's designed to do. It's designed to separate you from your trading capital. Okay, guys, with that, I will wish you a good weekend, and we'll catch you next week.